You know, I already recorded the showcase video, but I decided why not just commit? Get them ruler. I didn't get this guy ruler because he's like pure. I have, I don't know if this is their optimal relic, but it buffs them as heroes, gives them damage buffs and such as heroes. So we'll just have to see. The first unit we're gonna be showcasing is Anne. These are the Persona 5 units. So, alright. I need to build up money first. This is her attack. I think this is her only attack, but then she gets her Persona. I actually haven't seen these guys max damage since I got them ruler. And then we'll have to look at their max damage with Joker placed down. That's not bad. And then she has her Persona doing 125% of her damage. Yeah, that's really good actually. That's not not terrible. Some of these units on max upgrade, some of these units Phantom Companion. The Phantom Companion has a fixed SBA, copies 125% damage, and has 2 attack variants. When the same attack is used 3 times, amplify the attack permanently. Apply burn for 50% damage over 6 ticks. Amplification, burn damage increased to 65%. If the enemy has an affliction, increase burn by 50%. Apply stun for 4 seconds. Amplification, stun duration increased to 6 seconds. Enemies getting closer to this unit will be sped up by 30%. Enemies getting further from this unit will be slowed by 30%. This unit can use 2 abilities during Trickster's Ambush. Apply burn for 350% damage over 6 ticks. If the boss is in affliction, burn for 450% damage instead. Inflict stun for 8 seconds. Alright, that's Anne. We'll move on to this guy. I have relics on him. I don't have a trait on him. I just didn't think it was worth it with how his passives work. Apply electrified for 25% damage over 5 ticks. For every electrified application, plus 2.5% critical damage, plus 1.5% critical rate. Cap of 25, cap of 15. This unit can use 2 abilities during Trickster's Ambush, deal 250% damage, and apply plus 100% damage to the next Phantom during the ambush. God's Hand, plus 50% damage to all units in the ambush. Some of this, on max upgrades, some of this unit's Phantom Companion. This Phantom Companion has a fixed SBA, copies, I think that's 40% damage, and has 2 attacks. When the same attack is used 3 times, amplify the attack permanently. Grants allies plus 50% damage and plus 10% range until its next attack. Amplification plus 30%, minus 10% SBA, and plus 20% range. God's Hand deals 100% damage plus 50% damage to a random unit in range for 10 seconds. Amplification damage buff lasts 20 seconds. So that's this guy. I don't even know his name. Next we have Morgana. He's doing 70k. Wow, this Phantom's also doing 70k. When a Phantom Tag unit in range attacks, follow-up attack for 50% damage, the follow-up has a fixed critical rate of 25%. This unit can use 2 attacks during Trickster's Ambush. Garu, apply Wind Shear for 50% damage over 7 ticks. A Lucky Punch, deal 200% damage with a 50% chance to deal triple damage. On max upgrade, summon this unit's Phantom Companion. This Phantom Companion has a fixed SBA, copies 100% damage, and has 2 attack variants. Whenever the same attack is used 3 times, amplify the attack permanently. Garu, apply Wind Shear for 70% damage over 4 seconds. Amplification, Wind Shear damage to increase to 125% over 7 ticks. Lucky Punch, deal 50% damage. Amplification damage increase to 75. This attack has a 50% chance to deal triple damage. So this guy's also a really good damage dealer. And lastly, certainly not least, we have Joker. Okay. For every phantom tag unit in range, plus 10% damage. The allied unit will follow up when this unit attacks. Follow-up cooldowns 15%. On attack, follow-up attack with 50% damage. On follow-up crit, plus 75% damage for 10 seconds. On the 4th upgrade, summon this unit's Phantom Companion. The Phantom Companion has a fixed SBA, copies 50% damage, and has 3 attack variants. When the same attack is used 3 times, amplify the attack permanently. Deals 50% damage and applies fear for 3 seconds. Enemies with fear walk back and attack other enemies. Amplifications deal 100% damage instead. Apply plus 50% damage to tricksters for 10 seconds. Amplification apply plus 100% damage instead. Deal plus 35% damage and apply freeze for 3 seconds. Amplification apply freeze for 5 seconds instead. This unit has a hope charge that doesn't reset between matches. Gain plus 10 hope charge for every 1% hope, plus 1% damage. Minus 0.2 SBA. Etherealization 6, plus 1% range. At 25% hope, plus 50% boss damage. At 50% hope, leader of the team grants plus 100% damage to allies. At 75% hope, leader of the team grants plus 150% damage. On follow-up crit, at 100% hope, this unit's Phantom Cup is 100% damage. Active ability unlocked at max upgrade. Trickster and all other placed phantoms will begin an ambush on a non-static boss or enemy. Begin the ambush with plus 1 SP to spend on abilities during the ambush. Each unit will have 1 turn to select an attack. Trickster will have the following attack options. Deal 200% damage and apply stun for 10 seconds. Plus 2 SP and buff the next unit's damage by 200%. Deal 150% damage and apply freeze for 15 seconds. All that attack only available if all phantoms are present in ambush. Deal 1000% of their total damage. Active ability cooldown 90 seconds. See, now, because of the phantom buff, they're going to be doing even more damage. Before it was doing 70, now it's doing 98. So she's doing 30. I mean, his damage doesn't really matter, but now he's doing 29. I think he was doing 29 before. Huh. But his hope charge, if you replay a match, or if you're playing like one of the new stages, the new whatever they're called, the hope charge doesn't reset. So let's show off his ambush ability. I think he just picks like the strongest enemy. Sand. But yeah, that is Persona units. I hope you enjoyed. Bye bye.